These are the things you realize as soon as you buy a gaming laptop. Let's get into it. Number 1, the performance feels amazing. When you first unbox the laptop, the feeling is unreal. You honestly feel like no one in the world is happier than you because your dream finally come true. You can now play any game on max settings. And since it's not a desktop PC, you don't have to be stuck at home to enjoy your games. You feel like you can take it anywhere, to the park, a coffee shop, even school. You think, wow, I don't need to download anything extra. I don't need to buy a monitor or a keyboard. All I need is my mouse and this laptop, and I'm good to go. Plus, the RGB lighting looks amazing, like a mini Christmas tree. The vibes are immaculate. But then, reality hits, and it hits harder than you expected. Number 2. You can't actually play anything without plugging it in. Once you boot up this so-called gaming monster, you see that the battery is fully charged. Most stores ship them that way, so naturally you think, it's a laptop, why would I need to keep it plugged in? You go ahead and start downloading the game you've been dying to play, excited to finally see it running at max settings. But the moment you launch the game, something feels off. It starts lagging even though your laptop has an RTX 4070 and it's not even a demanding game. That's the weird part. Logically, that GPU should crush almost every game on ultra settings at well over 60 FPS. And yet here you are, lagging in vanilla Minecraft. Like, what? You start wondering, did I get a faulty unit? I swear, I saw videos of this exact laptop running all sorts of heavy games smoothly. So what's the problem? Turns out it's not a defect at all. This is just how gaming laptops work. Without being plugged in, your beast turns into the weakest potato imaginable. Plugged it in and suddenly it's 100 times more powerful. So what's the deal? Well, according to manufacturers, if you run the laptop at full power on battery alone, the battery will die faster, and you'll basically kill the whole point of having a portable device. So they came up with a genius idea. When you're unplugged, instead of using the RTX 4070, you get the weak integrated GPU from your processor, something weaker than a GT 540. On top of that, they throttle your fans and cooling system too, because they also draw a lot of power, and a laptop battery just isn't strong enough to handle all of that. In simple terms, they are saying you can't cheat physics. A GPU like that was meant for a full desktop rig, not your Acer Nitro 5 Aircraft Engine Edition. So yeah, go ahead and play some Minecraft or indie games from your library on the go, but if you want to play Red Dead Redemption 2, you're staying at home. But here's the real question. Why the hell do I even need a gaming laptop if I can only play RDR2 at home? Might as well build a PC. At least with that, I can upgrade whatever I want and everything will run faster and smoother. But hey, who really understands the logic behind Lenovo, HP, Acer, and all these other companies? Anyway, my bad guys, you're the best. Please don't blacklist me from your ads. You can email me. Number 3. Noise and high temperatures. Another big thing you realize when you power up your tough gaming is that you'll start feeling like the pilot of a Boeing 747. Because yeah, it flies like a jet, fast and powerful and all that. But I'm not talking about performance. I mean, literally, you feel like a pilot because the fan sounds like jet engines. And the internal temps feel like you're sitting in a combustion chamber. We're talking 60 degrees Celsius minimum, easy. If you compare that to a desktop PC, a good GPU from a solid vendor might run at 54 Celsius max, which is great and it rarely climbs higher. But with gaming laptops, it's like the longer you play, the hotter it gets. It starts at 60 degrees and slowly climbs, which basically means your cooler can't keep up with the GPU. And that's understandable. Laptops are tiny. How are you supposed to keep things cool inside something so compact, when a decent desktop cooler is bigger than your whole Rockstrix display? Now about the noise. I wouldn't complain too much, to be fair. Even desktop PCs can get pretty loud. But the difference is, with laptops, the tight space and ultra thin fans make everything worse. The system is powerful, it generates a ton of heat, and the fans have to spin faster, which causes that high-pitched whistling sound. It's like how a whistle works. When air gets forced through tight spaces, pressure builds, and bam, you get sound. Some concept here. The airflow in laptops is under pressure because of the small chassis. So yeah, the noise is harsher, but in general, all machines make noise. This one's just extra noticeable. Number 4. Battery life is terrible. Now we get to the part manufacturers still haven't figured out. When you buy a gaming laptop expecting it to be portable, you'll quickly run into this problem and get disappointed fast. The battery in a gaming laptop is basically the most useless thing on earth. If you're not plugged in, you can't do anything. And once you're plugged in, it stops being a laptop and turns into a glorified desktop tied to the wall. That's why the battery is a joke in gaming laptops. Like seriously, who in their right mind buys a gaming laptop for work? If you're a digital nomad, you probably don't need something that's basically a desktop in disguise. You won't be able to work for more than 3 hours without charging it, even if you're just typing in Google Docs. The battery just won't hold up. That's why most people who need real mobility buy a MacBook instead of a gaming laptop for work. Don't think I'm glazzing Apple or anything, it's just facts. When you compare the practicality of a MacBook versus a gaming laptop, the MacBook wins in mobility hands down. The battery lasts up to 18 hours, and even if it's down to 1%, it won't throttle performance at all. Sure, a MacBook is trash for 3D programs compared to a gaming laptop, but let's be real, who's actually doing serious 3D work in a coffee shop on a gaming laptop? If I were a 3D designer, I'd just build a PC, because that's the proper tool for the job. So yeah, if there's no outlet nearby for your gaming laptop, you're basically cooked. Number 5. Missing a PC. Once you notice all these issues with your gaming laptop, it doesn't get easier. You start regretting not building a desktop instead. Because you know gaming laptops are stupidly expensive, and for that price, you could have built a PC way more powerful than whatever laptop you just bought. And once it's done, you'd be way more satisfied with your setup despite any little flaws. Honestly, I've never seen anyone genuinely thrilled after buying a gaming laptop. Everyone who gets one ends up thinking about building a PC eventually. That's because gaming laptops just don't give you the full freedom that people want. You won't experience 4K gaming properly on your RTX 4070 laptop, even if the screen supports 4K. It's too small to really feel it. You also miss out on the feeling of building your own setup, upgrading it piece by piece, customizing every detail. You can't do that with a laptop. You can't build your dream setup the way you can with a desktop. A gaming laptop is supposed to be portable, but let's be honest, it's massive and heavy, so it's barely portable anyway. Again, not to praise Apple too much, but I personally don't like walking around my city with a huge backpack. I like to move light and free. That's why I use a small backpack, and the MacBook Air fits in there no problem. But the huge Acer Nitro 5 doesn't. In the end, once you buy a gaming laptop, you'll start feeling like you're just using a limited version of PC. Smaller screen, no mechanical keyboard, nerfed GPU, and a loud, hot system that barely keeps up when unplugged. So, is a gaming laptop worth it for you? If you mostly stay home and just want to play games, then honestly, no, it's not worth it. A PC is cheaper, more powerful, and way more customizable. But if you want something to occasionally replace your PC, like when you're burned out at home and want to work from a cafe or library with an outlet, then yeah, maybe a gaming laptop makes some sense. But if you want to work long hours unplugged, just go with a MacBook. And when it comes to gaming, seriously, why would you even want to game anywhere but home? At home, with a proper setup, you get full immersion. You feel the atmosphere of the game way more than you ever would playing on a tiny laptop screen in a random coffee shop. So I don't even know what to tell you. But yeah, today I broke down the things you realize as soon as you buy a gaming laptop. If you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, take care.